What's going on, you guys? It's Andrew from Douglas Moon Fragrances. Welcome to the channel. If you've never seen any videos of mine before, I'm just a normal dude. I'm not going to give you any bluff and guff. It's basically just me telling you my unsponsored and honest opinions about fragrances from the luxury end all the way to the cheap end. And today is definitely one that's on the higher price end of the spectrum. And I'm definitely excited to talk about it because even though there's a lot of fragrances out there that are very well overrated, maybe don't live up to the hype. Again, these things are always subjective, so technically you might like something or hate something somebody else likes or hate. But this one's one that I was worried about before I made the purchase to get it. But I want to review these things for you guys out there who are also normal people who don't got just loads of disposable money to throw away. If you're also passionate about fragrances though, before you go throw money on something and you end up hating it, or you just want to know truly, what does it really smell like? And what's the performance really like? Is it a monster? Is it more subtle and intimate? So if you see the title, obviously you already know. I'm just going to jump into it. These videos are as unedited as I can be, to be as honest as I can be. So today's fragrance is Sauvage Elixir by Dior. I'm excited to talk about this one because prior to getting this, I had the Sauvage Parfum and the Eau de Parfum, and I'm going to be honest, I did blind buy those. Should not have done that. But when I got them, they are definitely drastically different than this, and my wife hated them. I wore them a bunch of times trying to see if I liked them kind of, but I don't want to keep things around that she doesn't like because for me personally, there's no point. That's just my personal thing because I want her to enjoy being around me and to love the memories of the smells that I wear. And the Parfum of Sauvage and the Eau de Parfum just, again, they're different from each other, but the Parfum she hated the most because it was just super powdery. It smelled like, honestly, it smelled like old people. No offense to people who love it. That's just my opinion. You might love it. But this bad boy, this one she is absolutely crazy about. And I'm going to talk to you about basically how it smells. This originally apparently came on the scene in 2021. And this is all over the internet as like the super powerful, lasts forever, like you're going to punch people in the face with just 2 blasts spray. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, it is not that strong. Maybe different batches are different. It is the different batches are different. This is a very strong fragrance. There's no doubt about that. It will last you a very long time. But my experience has definitely been, it is not offensive. It is not too much. I actually do 4 sprays of this. Here, on the chest, and then on each wrist. Maybe on the back of the neck as well. It just depends how I want it to last. I work 10-hour shifts. But I've been up close and personal, co-workers right next to me, all different types of people. And they actually really enjoy it. I have got compliments on this bad boy. But it's just not too much. It's not overbearing. So if you're worried about buying this, but you think that if you spray it on, it's going to kick people in the jaw, I haven't had that personal experience, and I've worn it a handful of times now. But as you can see, it comes in this cool little box. I like that it just pops open like that. It comes on this little platform, so it lets you know that it's special and fancy. And I got the 3.4 ounce bottle. But like I said, my wife hated the Parfum. She absolutely did not like the EDP. But the Elixir, it's completely different. It is a lot of times when you go to the different levels from EDT to Elixir, Parfum, whatever, you're going to get a different scent based off of the notes in the makeup. But this bad boy is like, for me, completely different than the rest of the Sauvage line. But it is immediately beautiful. This is a spicy-ish, woodsy type of deal. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're not, you're going to hate this. A lot of people online say this is a very wintry type of fragrance. I personally can see it any time of year. People who've smelled it on me so far said it definitely can be a summer scent if you like it too, but that's just, again, different people's opinion. But as soon as you sniff the atomizer here, you're already getting that strong, it's like a sweet lavender cardamom smell, sweet lavender cinnamon smell. That is the first thing. You're just getting blasted. I think that's why people might even be worried about putting too much on. Like if you was to smell this Sauvage Elixir like in a Macy's or somewhere like that, or Sephora, you're going to be like, ooh, that's going to be hardcore if I put this on. I need to be careful. It is very strong coming straight out of the atomizer here. But it smells absolutely beautiful. The atomizer, like, I will say this, the Dior lines, their atomizer is like the greatest I've ever seen. One little blast here, whoosh, that's an incredible amount of fragrance to just come shooting off like that. There's a lot of them out there that I also love, but the blast just isn't that, doesn't cover as much territory as you'd like to. But like already, me just doing that spray, the whole room is filling up with this. But it's not offensive. It's not cheap or crappy. It smells extremely luxurious. And so beautiful. Again, I'm not sponsored by this crap. These videos are as honest as I can possibly be, just telling you my opinions on things. There's things I'm not going to love. In the future, you're going to see some videos of stuff I absolutely hated. But this smells so good. You really do get that cardamom, cinnamon. It smells grapefruit in the notes, and then Broxton. I didn't know what that was until recently. Again, I'm not a professional. But I looked it up, and it comes from clary sage, and it's just something that's in certain fragrances to help them last a lot longer and gives a certain distinct scent. But if you smell anything that has that in it, I believe Bleu de Chanel or something along those lines has that smell, or has that in one of the notes, and you can smell it in there. But that lavendery cinnamon scent with the grapefruit notes is so strong. And again, I'm not going to blast too much of this because I don't want to like overdo the room in here and it's closed off space when I'm first shooting it. But such a good blast. Such a powerful but beautiful smell. It doesn't smell crappy or cheap or like, it doesn't smell like something that you're just going to see on like a lot of people. I know a lot of people out there probably have this, but the issue I had with the regular Sauvage, the Parfum, the Eau de Parfum, and even like smelling the EDT, a buddy that I work with has it, and it does smell good, but they smell so generic, I guess. It's no secret if you're into the fragrance community, loads of people have the EDT or the EDP of Sauvage. But the Elixir, I really feel like I stayed away from it for a long time, and I see other people seem online, like in Reddit and stuff, to stay away from it because they're afraid that they're not going to like the smell. It is expensive. It is a commitment if you're going to get this. I got it off of fragrancenet.com. Everything I've ever got off there is very trustworthy, comes in great condition, and you normally get drastically reduced prices for stuff. I don't know how they do it. I don't really care, but I got this for a lot cheaper, but the typical price range for this, if you buy it brand new in the store, or depending on where you get it, is I believe around, for the 3.3, $250, something like that, $230 US dollars. And so that's obviously on the much higher price range. I personally, as a regular guy making a good wage, would consider this to be a luxury item. It's not nearly as expensive as your Creed Adventus or something like that. But if you're going to get something like this, you want to make sure that's something you really want to commit to. But in my full honesty, like I said, that strong lavender, cinnamony kind of blend with a little grapefruit in the background smell that it says online, you really do get that. But it is such a gentle, powdery, beautiful smell, but not in a cheap or barber shoppy kind of way. Sometimes I'll say things like that in a good way, but again, with the Sauvage Parfum, it just was not working out. It smelled odd. And I had a good batch. And I've got a friend who also has it. We've smelled it. We compared two different places we got it from. Parfum, we just weren't feeling. This, it really truly does. If you give a good hit on each wrist or in the back of your neck, the sides, whatever you want to do, and especially on clothes, this will last an extremely long time. I personally don't go nose blind to this. I've heard of people who do. But the Sauvage Elixir, it definitely seems to last an incredibly long time on your skin. It is not overbearing. It is not too much. Maybe other people have had a different experience. Maybe some people, obviously everybody's different, they just hate this smell. But my experience so far is the people who've been around me absolutely love it, even if they don't normally like things that they kind of have a little hint of like peppery woodsiness to it or something. But it's definitely a beautiful scent. My wife personally hates things like Dylan Blue, scents along those lines, and perhaps she kind of felt maybe some other of the Sauvage line was similar-ish to that, just a little overly peppery or something. But this does not smell cheap, nor does it smell too much. And it just has just the right amount of projection and leaves that sillage, or however you say it, behind you as you're walking. And people around you are going to pick up on this, but they'll enjoy it. That's the experience that I've had with different types of people. But I can't say what's going to happen with you. I can say, though, that if you have the money, if you really are interested in Dior Sauvage Elixir, I would say this is the absolute best of the entire line. Again, that's just my opinion. But this is the most mature, yet also delicate in overall essence, but still has that good long-lasting feel that you want. It can be a very fall, wintry smell, but honestly, summertime, whenever. This is an all-year-round thing if you want it. I would not wear this every day because, again, for the price range, you don't want to burn through it. But because of as much as you saw comes out of the atomizer, I can honestly say that I want mine to last the 10-hour shift that I work very strong and not just taper off too soon, so I do the 4 or 5 hits. You could honestly do just one on the shirt or one on the shirt, back of the neck, and it will still last you an extremely long time before it starts to even drift away at all. But this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I do absolutely recommend it. Again, not sponsored, but the overall notes, like I said, the cinnamon, the cardamom, the lavender, and that little hint of grapefruity kind of back note citrus, but not too powerful. It is just so beautiful. And I know I'm sounding like I'm gushing over this a lot more than maybe since you've seen in my other videos. But after having this and trying this out, I love it. My wife loves it. It is very much like a signature-ish. It's definitely signature scent worthy for me personally. And I don't know. I know a lot of people, like I said, out there have it, but I haven't experienced it just yet. So I would highly recommend this. Again, if you've got the money. If not, hey, at least you know somebody else's opinion. But if you really are considering it, I say go for it. So don't think too much on it. Give it a shot. But go out there, maybe find a tester somewhere first, so that way you know it is going to stick to you and it's going to linger. So if it's not your type of thing, you want to know that. Hopefully, watching these videos, at least you're getting the gist of that. Like, don't just buy stuff if you can help it. Go give it a shot if you get a chance. But again, Andrew, this is Douglas Moon Fragrances. This was Dior Sauvage Elixir, just my take on the notes. What time of year to wear it if you can. And in general, if you're interested, and in general, just my take on it. And I love this. I support you getting it. And I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I apologize if you like more edited, flashy videos, but I'm trying to just keep it real here and not bull crap, you guys. So if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Leave me a comment or something. Tell me some of your favorite scents, and if you smelled this or any of the other rest of the Sauvage line or any other Dior fragrances, leave me a comment and tell me which ones are your favorite. But thank you guys. I love you guys, and God bless, and I'll see you next time.